What up, peeps? It is Digital Shaman here. Welcome to the channel where we discuss all things related to the intersection of spirituality and technology. However, today, this is a video, an unboxing. Ooh, this ring light is crucial. It's gonna make it work. It's not about perfection, it's about getting things done. But this is a review, pretty much a live, well, I'm not live on YouTube, but a live unboxing of literally my higher dosage, D-O-S-E, infrared PEMF, PEMF mat. So I have the mini one, the mini PEMF mat. They have two versions. This one was $4.99. I think the large one was not like $1,000. This one was $500. So one of my homies on YouTube, shout out to Bobby Tunes. Like, let me get his screen name. Let me get that. Tunes Talk. There we go. Shout out to Tunes Talk on Instagram. I'm also going to throw his code. He will, I forget how much percent off. I think you can save $50 with the purchase, because this is my second item through from Higher Dose. I actually have their infrared sauna blanket that I got last year during the pandemic when all the gyms and things like that shut down. So far, I'm very much so pleased with Higher Dosage products. And even with the sauna blanket, initially when I got it, the only thing that was kind of sucky is you had to get in it fully clothed. But then they came out with a towel insert, so I can, clothing optional, you can get into it without having to do all that. So that definitely kind of helped lower the resistance to getting in it. Pretty much daily. I normally wake up, get into the sauna blanket and read, or, I end my day with it. So it's definitely pretty cool. But yeah, so the PEMF mat is a treat. And I literally, have not... it came yesterday, and I was telling my neighbors, it's going to take all my energy not to open it, but I really wanted to do this live for you all. And I'm going to pause here. Okay, I'm back. Might do like a little pause. I had to make sure this video is recording because I'm not doing this twice. And I waited to unbox this on this video, and I'm pressed because it's been a long week for a sister. And I'm going to go get on the bus tomorrow and visit my mama, and I need to relax. This is the second YouTube video I'm shooting tonight, but I'm on the path to get this channel going. So we're going to open up this mat now. So one thing too, I heard with the bigger mat, it is very heavy. This one, and let me say one thing too, that the sauna blanket doesn't have, which I wish it did, because it just sits on my bed and in the corner. It's not heavy or anything. It's just a long mat. So I love the carrying case. That is a big bonus off the top, the carrying case. Because, to me, if this mini mat goes well, then I'm probably going to upgrade to the full big one. But I definitely heard that it's heavy, so I would probably keep it like in my extra room stationary, and I'm looking forward to, even on this smaller one, maybe putting it on top of my yoga mat. A lot of use cases for it is the computer chair. So, and that's actually what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to edit the video that I just recorded, but I said I got to get relaxed because I'm going to be up for a while and it's been a long week. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take this puppy out the plastic and see what we see here. So one thing too about these mats, you'll see it on the website. Hold on, there we go. Let me not talk over the plastic. But it's lined with amethyst and tourmaline. Yeah, actually, I can see where, hold on 2 seconds. The strap of the bag's caught on the computer chair. All right, we got stuff everywhere. But let me do this. Let me make the mat the star of the show here, because that's what it's about. And you can see, it might be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but yeah, it can go right here in my computer chair. So let me get a little bit closer so y'all can see I am a little bit of a tall girl. So it's like that tall. You know, it's pretty much like, you know, a quarter, 3/4 of my body length. It's weight. It has a good weight to it. And I mean, it's not super heavy. Clearly, I can hold it. I'm not the strongest lady, but yeah. I mean, it's just it's sturdy enough to. It's sturdy enough to feel quality. So my thing is, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I know it's not one thing too. You know, with higher doses said, you don't have to like be naked. You don't have to worry about. You can. I mean, you can use the. What is this thing? You can use the mat, clothes, or clothing optional. I guess let me just phrase it that way. So I guess I was getting ready to say, I'm just like, I don't know if this thing induces sweat or not. I know one of the reasons why I purchased it is, and that's one thing I'm also trying to discern, is does the larger mat have more settings? Because my friend, you know, my homie on Instagram that has it, I think in his review, he talked about it has the ability to be set to the, not solfeggio, I know the schumann resonance just tracks the energy of Gaia, but I think this mat can be programmed to match the frequency of megahertz of Gaia, which is what was in the 7 point something here. Let me pull up some more. Actually, you know, let's see what they have here in the guide, because I would hope there'd be some information about the settings, because I guess that's what, like, what I'm getting ready to do. We're gonna flip through this guide real quick, and I'm gonna plug this chair in. Let's do one thing. Let's flip through the guide, and then we're gonna plug in the chair, and then I'm gonna come back in about 30 minutes to let y'all know if I'm gonna relax. I do have a little bit of tension right now in my neck and shoulders. And yeah. So I just want to see if it gets me relaxed, because I do feel a little what's the word? I just feel a little, you know, a little hyper because I got a lot to do, and I did have a little bit of poor tea tonight, which. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if that messes with my sleep. But okay, this is just about installation, repair. Okay, product specifics. So it has a temperature display window. Oh, so heating is optional. So let's take a look here. We can do this together. I mean, dual side. So it does have in its switch. So heat. Oh, it tells you when the heat's on or off, and when it's using the PEMF. On and off, and then it has a low to high dial. You can see that low to high dial, and then a power button. Oh, they call this the temperature dial. So okay, but I still want to understand what is the, like, what am I setting this thing to? So okay, selecting the temperature. And this is, oh, that's temperature. Oh, selecting the PEMF. Oh, okay, so heat is optional. I don't know if I want heat right now. So heat is optional, and then the PEMF frequencies or megahertz is here. It says, okay, this is the information we need. So level 1 is 3 megahertz, which is delta brainwave for sleep. Level 2, 7.8 megahertz, theta brainwave when dreaming. Isn't theta also for meditation? Not sure. Level 3, 10 megahertz is alpha brainwave, deep relaxation and meditation. And then level 4, 23 megahertz, beta brainwave for focus and alertness. Okay, I'm not sure which. Oh, and the PEMF automatically shuts down after 20 minutes, runs one cycle without repeating. So, you know, I should start off the video with this. What in the world is PEMF? So that's Pulsed Electro-Magnetic Field, PEMF. Technology works by sending low-level frequency through your body to recharge cells, expedite recovery, calm the central nervous system. That's actually why I bought the mat, because I'm a HSP, highly sensitive person, and, you know, I'm very susceptible to overstimulation. PEMF has been scientifically proven to improve chronic pain conditions, lessen inflammation, and improve immune response. So one thing too, let me see if I got that tab. Yeah, here I do got this tab open. So let me go back to what they had a quote in here about PEMF mats that yes, I like what they said on this website. We can think of PEMF as a battery charger for our cells. And anyone who's into natural healing knows that when you're able to find healing modalities that work on a cellular level, you're getting deep, you know, literally healing from the inside out. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So just a couple of suggestions from the manual. When do I use my mat? Use the mat whenever it works best for you, but some of our favorite times: before a workout, before going to sleep. I think I read or either read or saw in some interviews, some people actually put the mat underneath their sheets, and there you go. I guess they warm it up before they go to bed. During AM and PM meditation. And that's something too, I'll probably do a follow-up video in maybe about a month or so, just how my meditation practice is hopefully enhanced by using the mat. I'll come back and follow up on that. And then they say as a part of any wind down routine. So, okay, so here we go. Because I was like, here's the too long, don't read. How do I know which PEMF setting to use? Because that was going to be my first question. I'm like, well, I'm just going to be sitting here dialing this switch like I'm a DJ or something. I'm trying to figure out what to do. So, okay, let me just read this out loud for all of us because we're here to understand. Yes. Okay, so this was the quote I was looking for. The PEMF mat was created to mimic the same frequency you'd find in nature. So grounding. So definitely that's another reason why I bought it. Basically providing yourself with more good that's already around you. So the lower levels are more relaxing while the higher levels are more stimulating. Don't want to be stimulated. So level 1, I don't know, is this repeating? Hold on, let me see. Is this repeating what they just... Kind of in a way, yeah, but okay. So I think I'll do level 2 because I don't want to go to sleep, but I do want to get relaxed. So I'm gonna put it on level 2, 7.8, which is theta brainwave while dreaming. Yeah, I guess between level 2 or level 3. So with the heat, let's just cover that real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and plug up this baby and see what we see. Let's see. So with the heat. Let me see what they say. Is it infrared? Is the heat infrared? Oh, yeah, it is infrared. So infrared is the healing foundation behind all our products and services. Infrared deeply penetrates muscles and tissues to improve muscle recovery, calm the mind and body, and release your happy chemicals for a good old natural high. When paired together, infrared and PEMF create a powerful healing experience. So it says that the infrared heat can go up to 70 degrees Celsius, 158 Fahrenheit, for anyone who operates on Fahrenheit. So I don't know, but like I said, my neck is a little stiff, but I don't, oh, can you control the heat? I don't think you can control the heat. Oh no, maybe I don't know. You know, let's plug this up to see how the switches work. Because I wouldn't mind a little heat to maybe relax my neck muscles. So, okay, we're going to plug her up here right now and see what we see. Hopefully that's put together. I got all these 1,000,001, what you call them, surge protectors down here. So, bear with me, y'all. Oh yeah, it's on. Oh, hold on, it's on. So, okay, so this switch, hold on, let me pull this up. So this switch, oh yeah, that's better. So this switch is the heat temperature. Yeah, and it goes from 1 to 7. Okay, so that's that. This switch is the heat temperature, the heat dial. Then the PEMF part, because I'm like, okay. So back when they were giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, you basically hit the PEMF button. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it. See, it's 1, 2, like a 5, 2, 3, 4. So you can do, and I guess, can you make the heat optional? No, that just turned it off. I guess there's always gonna, because I think that's what it said in the manual, that you combine the infrared and the PEMF, which is again the Pulsed Electro-Magnetic. So okay, so what I'm gonna do, what did I say I was gonna put it on? 2. I don't know. I might do 3. 3 alpha brainwave deep relaxation and meditation, because that's what I need. Because like I said, I don't want to do 4. 4 is beta brain focus for alertness, but I could see that could be like definitely daytime. So for me, I want to get a little bit done, but I do want to start kind of get my body relaxed. What time is it? 11:30, so that I could go to bed in the next couple of hours. So I'm gonna keep the heat on lowish, and I'm gonna put the PEMF on level 3. And I'm going to do that for the next 20 minutes or so while I go ahead and edit this other video I just made. And I'm going to come back and let y'all know what I think. So, okay, stay tuned. All right, y'all, I am back after using the mat in my chair, in my office chair. Of course, it wasn't the most perfect fit, but it pretty much, if this is like your back in the seat, it kind of covered that area of my body. And so how do I feel? I'm not gonna lie, the tension I was experiencing in my neck and shoulders has definitely modulated down. And I told you I was kind of feeling like slightly hyper, and I'm calm. Like I'm definitely calm. So I feel like it's one of those placebo. No, it's not even placebo effect, because number one, like I said, I bought higher doses. Why do I keep saying higher doses? Higher dose sauna blanket. So I know the technology works. Even at a minimum, you got to realize. And I'll get to. Here we go. Now I understand how this works. I'll tell y'all in a second. But it always emits heat. So that's by default. It always emits heat. And then that's where you get the benefits of the mat being lined with amethyst and I think black tourmaline crystals. So sorry, let me put this in this here. Let me lean it the other way. So for people who are may not be familiar with those crystals, so amethyst is I'm too lazy to go show you. Amethyst is purple. And it's definitely kind of known for healing energy. And black tourmaline is a black stone. Black tourmaline. Oh, they might say tourmaline. It's a black stone, and it's known for grounding, shielding, and protection. So, at a minimum, this mat is heating up those crystals. And, anyone who's in the crystal healing energy is sending that vibration out to the body. So you're going to feel something at a minimum. So like I said, the heat, I did have to play around. I kept going back between a 4 and a 3. A 4 was sometimes slightly warm. I did change into my night clothes. So, but I had on, what did I have on earlier? I think this t-shirt, no, I had a tank top and shorts. So, 3 was a little bit more comfortable, because then also I realized how it works. So it's always going to give you some heat. Let's just go ahead and turn it back on using the power button. So it's always going to give you the heat. So you see it's still on setting number 3 from earlier. So turn that down. You can go all the way down to 1. And then I get it when they were saying in the manual that it can go, I got the manual right here. Yeah, up to 70 degrees Celsius. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I was pretty toasty at 4. So the fact you can go all the way up to 7, that's intense. That's intense. But like I said, it's not like the sauna blanket where you have to either wear clothes going in there or use the towel sack that you can get. That's an additional purchase, separate. Just keep that in mind. It's a separate purchase. So I can kind of see, maybe if I had on like thicker clothes, if it's winter time and I had on a sweatsuit and this was laying on a sofa, maybe a 7 is more appropriate. Or actually this might be perfect, because my apartment is always cold, which is a good thing. I don't complain about it, because in the summertime, I barely need to run the air, except in the winter, though, East Coast winters, it get cold. So, definitely being able to take advantage of that. So also the way it works in terms of how does the heat combine with the PEMF settings. So that's where the PEMF button comes in. And how, can y'all see? Oh, wait a minute. Now y'all can see. Y'all see where, I can't tell from the screen. So hopefully when it's recording, but right there, it's flashing. So that lets you know that the PEMF is working. And again, we had the 4 settings from 1, which is delta brainwave for sleep, all the way to 4, which is beta, brain, for focus and alertness. So I probably did at least 3. So one thing too, let me pause. So the PEMF settings, it flashes like that because it lets you know it's working, and then the auto shuts off at 2 o'clock after 20 minutes. But then that's where the heat keeps going. So no matter what, because I was kind of, like I said, I was editing my YouTube videos, eating a little dinner, you know, catching up on a little social media, you know, as I was doing a lot of things, and I could, you know, the heat was steady, and I would kind of look down, I'm like, oh, the PEMF stopped. So I probably did at least 2 sessions at 3, which was alpha brainwave, deep relaxation, and meditation. So I mean, I would say it nailed it. I was relaxed. I got relaxed and calm because I made my to-do list, because I got like I told you, I'm going on a trip to visit my family, so I had to get my packing list. I straightened up a little bit. I pulled down a suitcase. I edited my video, so I still had enough mental activity to do what I need to do. But at the same time, and you know, it's almost kind of like, I didn't feel it initially. Not to say, I mean, like I said, I felt comfortable and calm with the mat because the heat felt good. But I kind of feel like the phrase would be the gift that keeps on giving. I feel like as time has gone on, I feel even more and more relaxed in my body. Like I said, the tension I was experiencing here has calmed down. And yeah, I just feel different from earlier before I used the mat. So like I said, I probably did at least 2 or 3, yeah, because I think I've been gone. I don't know when I stopped. It's like 2 a.m. down here in DC. So, yeah, I definitely did at least minimum 2 sessions of the PEMF. And then, like I said, you know, when the light's not flashing, it's done. So you it'll automatically just default to your heat being on, or you can turn it off. So like I said, all in all, I'm going to give Baby Boo Mat at least a strong 8. So 2 things too. I was going to actually end this video here, but I'm going to do one more test, and I'm going to upload her in the morning. So I'm going to unplug it from, this is like my desk area. I'm going to unplug it and lay it in. Remember, I think I spoke on this earlier, how I read, so some people just put it in their, you know, either I guess under their sheets, or they lay on top of it in the bed. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do one more test, and I'm going to put it at level 1, which is Delta Brainwave for sleep. So, you know, I do kind of feel, like I said, you know, it's 2 a.m. I need to get in the bed, you know, and for me, like, number one, I do track my sleep on my Apple Watch, and the app that I use, I don't know where my phone is. I think it's Auto Sleep in the iOS App Store. So I like it because, you know, besides just telling you, oh, you slept 8 hours, it checks your heart rate, and it also tells you how much deep sleep that you get. So just knowing me, I am hashtag quantify self. I track a lot of data about me, and I know sometimes, like, I was a little bit of a bad girl. I didn't have on my blue light blocking glasses I put on top. Normally if I'm on the computer, like after 11 o'clock, I use those. So I guess I say all this to say that sometimes I know when I'm on the computer late and scrolling. I mean, that's the thing. I was actually being productive for once. So I wasn't doing a lot of like YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and crap like that. But I know, I guess I'll say that for me, going to bed late, being on the computer late, sometimes impacts my deep sleep. Like I normally don't, I'm blessed, thankful. I don't really have too many issues with sleeping, other than, you know, normal stuff like having caffeine way too late, or, you know, the one that gets me getting older is taking a nap in the middle of the day. And I ain't gonna fake, but just work from home. Sometimes I get in these rough habits of taking a nap in the middle of the day, and I'm up all night. So, but other than that, you know, I have pretty regular sleep. So we're going to do one more test. I'm going to go ahead and wind this segment down. So I'm going to unplug this mat, put it in my bedroom, set it to 1. And, oh, you know, the only thing too is, because I'm like, I don't want the heat going all night long. Let me read real quick, because I know that the PEMF shuts off in 20-minute cycles. How about the heat? Let's see. Do they not have? It probably has got to have some auto shut off. I can't just see it just going, because even the sauna blanket shuts off. Because yeah, sometimes I'll, like, you know, fall asleep in it, or I'll be reading and I'm like, oh, I'm cold, and I'm like, look down and the mat didn't turned off. So let me see, let's get that fact, and then I need to get to bed. To operate power consumption. Okay, it says this. I don't know if this is a typo. I'm about to maybe Google it real quick. It says here the hearing. Yeah, that's one like, is that a typo? Healing? The healing cycle lasts 8 hours and will automatically shut off after that. That's a long time to be on, but I guess maybe it's really, I guess it's with its infrared. All right, let's look this up on the website real quick. Yeah, because I mean, I'm like I said, now, open up Chrome. Like I said, 3 was a bit warm. No, 4 was a bit warm. So I'm like, if this thing is gonna go for 8 hours, I'll probably just put it on 2, maybe even 1. I don't like being hot. I don't want to be hot. So all right, let me go to their website real quick. See if they have some information on this mat's heat shut off. Benefits, FAQ. Wow. Okay. Actually, let's actually Google. I doubt it. I doubt that, I'm actually going to Google the question. I doubt that it's in high. Heat shut off time. Because maybe I'll, oh no, that's the thing. So for the blanket, it says 15, it says it shuts off after 60 minutes. Oh, and one thing too about the heat. So it didn't induce, obviously it didn't induce the level of sweating like the infrared sauna blanket, but I think after, I can't remember exactly, but meaning I can't remember if it was like during the session or when I like said, oh, okay, I'm done for a bit, but I definitely had just a little bit of sweat around the temple, which is good. That's detoxing. That's letting you know that it works. Yeah. Okay. So no one is, that's a question. I guess I'll do one last thing before I go to sleep. Go on Higher Dose Instagram page and ask them the question. Like, well, that, and I guess I'll know if it's 2 o'clock and I'm about to, and the mat stays on for 8 hours, I'm definitely going to be waking up before 10 a.m. because I got to go to work from home. So I'll know. So either way, between this test and me talking to Higher Dose, we're going to find out, because that's kind of interesting. I mean, I would say, I think that would be a little bit of a turnoff. I would kind of maybe even 2 hours, but 8 hours is a long time. That's a long time. Even people who, got old school heat mat, they know they cut off after 45 minutes, if that. So, I don't know. That's definitely interesting. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. Wrap it up, and I will let y'all know. We'll come back on tomorrow morning with another update, and then that's going to end the review. So, BRB. Okay, here we are, the morning after. So the mat's in this position. I didn't sleep this way because I used it on setting number 2 for my meditation. And, before I get into that, one thing I didn't realize till I woke up this morning is, can you actually see, remember I talked about the amethyst and the tourmaline? You can actually see the crystals. So I thought that was amazing. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of point that out and kind of drill down and show you all. So that's the cord. That's the power thing. So one thing too, the cord was a little short in comparison to, like I said, I had the I don't want to put my room on, but as y'all can see, again, I back up my words with evidence. I have the Higher Dose infrared sauna blanket. So that cord is really long. So I kind of expected it, I had a little bit of trouble. I had to move it to this wall, this outlet, versus I sometimes sleep the other way. So all in all, so one thing too, I kind of let's just do this. I just laid on it like that and just put the blankets over me. It was a little stiff, and that's one thing I'm wondering if it will relax in time, relax over time. But it definitely wasn't like uncomfortable. And yeah, so I definitely can verify the heat does stay on. I guess the full 8 hours or through the night. But the heat setting that I used was, I think I put it on 2. And again, like, it was this very calming heat. I don't know how to put it. It felt good. I mean, yeah, it really felt good. So, you know, I went to bed so late, like I think like after 3 by the time I actually fell asleep. And you know, so I didn't really like wake up and feel like, oh, I didn't chuck this mat to the floor because it was uncomfortable. You know, I just adjusted because I mean, it did feel good. It did feel good. So I just wanted to show y'all how it looks, and I guess maybe you can get a better idea of how to go. I mean, the foldability is A1. Like, I'm getting ready to you know, head out of town, and man, actually I don't, like I said, I can't carry the case that they give you is great, but I can't carry it on this trip. But it's definitely something to think about in the future. So I think that's also another plus one. So, okay, all right, I'm going to get out of my room, and then I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts, and then we're going to wrap up the review on the to-go version of the higher dose PEMF mat. Boom. Okay, I'm back with final thoughts on the PEMF mat. So let's take a step back regarding my sleep. Like I said, number one, I didn't go to bed. I just checked my sleep app. I didn't go to bed till like almost 4 a.m., which is crazy. But I slept almost 4 hours, and I did get 47 minutes of deep sleep. And I think that was impressive because, like I said, I have the type of physiology where sometimes being on screens late at night when I don't wear my blue light blockers, sometimes I don't sleep the best. So that was beneficial. And then, like I said, the heat was just mildly relaxing and just comforting, you know, through the night. Definitely, my meditation just seemed, I don't know how to explain it. I keep wanting to, placebo is not the right word. Cause again, like I showed you, I have this on the mat. I know the technology works. I guess it's just surprising. Like again, the little things that these mats are configured to do, it just packs such a big punch. So, it's definitely very relaxing to lay on this morning. I read my Kindle for a bit and, did all that before I went into meditation. So, like I said, I hope in time that the mat kind of stiffens a bit. But, it's also, I kind of see where it is a little bit more designed in a way for being in a chair, like, having it on a wedge. So, maybe not laying all the way flat per se. So, I'm definitely intrigued. So I'm trying to think any more final thoughts. In general, I do feel that, like I said, going back to my reasonings for getting the mat, like I need lots of grounding in my life. Like I'm a high flyer, high strung, quick energy moving, sensitive person. So, right now, I don't want to take this camera out. I'm packing and I still got some work stuff to do, but I feel very relaxed. I do. I feel very relaxed, and I think I feel more like, I don't know how to explain grounding, like this push down in my body. Like I'm not heightened. That's the only way I can kind of put it into words. So far, I definitely give it a very strong 8 out of 10. It was worth like I said, I think it was $4.99, $75 off with the code I'll put, my friend's code I'll put. I think it's Tunes Talk 75, but check the text box. Don't quote me on that. And like I said, I'm going to come back in, maybe 30 or 45 days with just a quick follow-up. What do I think? Is it still worth it? Because like I said, for me, I got to figure out where in my apartment I could put it. But I'm looking into getting the big daddy, the full larger mat, which I think is about $1,000. Because, higher dose, they started kind of having sales. But I don't think you can combine. I'm like, is it really a sale? I don't think you can combine the, because I think they went... Yeah, because I almost bought the mat in July. I think they had like a 4th of July sale. I can't remember how much percent off, but I don't think you could use the percentage off and the coupon code. So, but to me, I just feel like, you pay for things that are quality. And, I was impressed with the sauna blanket. And, this mat really is interesting. I think that's it. It's kind of like, this thing is really interesting as far as what it's doing for me and my body. So far, like I said, I give it a strong 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend. And I'm going to come back with a follow-up video about 45 days. And I'm going to do pretty much everything. The office chair, my little nook in my sofa, you know, sleeping with it a few more, doing some more tests on, you know, how does it impact my deep sleep, playing around with the heat settings. It's a little smallish for yoga. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a tall girl. That's why I'm interested in the bigger mat. But, you know, I'll also try to figure out more, you know, use cases as to how I'm using the portable mat. And like I said, I love that you can just pack it away and put it in a bag. Yeah, if this trip I was taking was a little bit longer, I would probably, you know, take it. I mean, I don't know. It's just very relaxing to have. So, all right, I have prattled on. I got all these timestamps, and this video has gone on and on for probably like 30 minutes. But hey, you know, it wasn't a lot of videos out here on the PEMF mat. So, and a lot of them were sponsored. I wish I was, you know, that's goals. That's law of attraction goals. I wish I did have sponsorship or whatever, but this is this real me. I pay for the mat. Like I said, definitely, you know, I'm gonna check. I've also placed a link to my homie's YouTube. I think it's Toons Talk. He talks a lot about TCM, wellness, health, fitness, you know, health is wealth. So that's really how I found out about these products from Instagram. Yep. So, okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So this is Digital Shaman, sending lots of love and light over the ones and zeros. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch y'all next time.